Good morning, masterminds. Welcome to another day in the life of a driving instructor. It's Friday. Do you like carrot juice? I like carrot juice. It's good. Do you like zucchini? I like zucchini. Is that me up here? Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Magandang umaga. Really? Where are you going? Nice. My tan is really noticeable in this angle. I need to fix that. Excuse me. Sorry, Mia. Smelling all my nasty gases. Mia, do you remember that vlog at the Indian restaurant for, I think, your birthday or my birthday? I farted into the camera.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think people want to hear that right now, so. But I'm ready. I'm gonna visit the toilet.
A few inches later.
Henry! Alrighty. I have a lot of notable experiences to share with you since the last work vlog. So on March 23rd, I was given another new instructor to train. On March 26th, because the student is Arab, Muslim, and female, her mom followed us the whole lesson. That put undue pressure on the student, who already frustrated me with her inconsistent and often aggressively dangerous driving. I'm surprised she's allowed to drive. She learned a lot of bad habits from her family, and I noticed her mom breaking traffic laws just to stay behind us. A lot of driving difficulty for her stems from her being small. And then after that student, I had my most skilled and confident first lesson student yet. March 27th, who's calling me? Go away. I told the first lesson student to turn left onto a residential street. She turned early and drove us into the opposite lane of traffic so quickly, so we were swerving, had to grab the wheel. Luckily, nobody was around. And then later that day, I had a student who was 6 foot 1 inch, 333 pounds, and he looked so funny in the small Ford Fiesta I had that day. He was a sloppy driver. And then my last student that day, I enjoyed my lesson with him because he's a car enthusiast at 17 years old. I had him recently. Yeah. March 29th, I had a 78-year-old Filipina. She lost her license a year ago because she passed out from diabetes and got into a crash. She had a good blood sugar level, so she was alert. She's still a very good driver after having not driven since the accident. She expected me to be older, but she ended up liking me. We talked about the Philippines, her story, cooking, traveling, things like that. She told me she's from Santo Domingo, Ilocos Sur, Philippines. I don't know what happened with her. She hasn't requested me, even though she said she would. My second student that day told me his last instructor spoke highly of me, and he told me I looked 20. Yeah. I joked that I'm trying to grow out my mustache to look older. I just want to experience more facial hair, so. And then I went to Gilroy for my last lesson that day. The student is an excellent driver. He was tired from school, and I didn't want to keep him. He accepted my offer to drop him off a little bit away from his house. And that was the first time I cut a lesson short by almost an hour. Just under. I normally start heading back to the drop-off location around 20 minutes before the 2-hour mark. Any remaining minutes are covered by updating the parents and cleaning the car. On March 30th, I received my first complaint from a student's parent. So the mother of that 333-pound guy called my boss to get an answer as to why I repeated content of the first lesson that student had the day before. So my boss called me and asked me to explain. And of course I told him, just a crap driver, but I put it nicely, of course. The student just didn't practice the basics. Why have lessons back to back if, you're horrible? And then later that day, I received another 5-star Yelp review with nice comments from my first student that day. Yeah. And then I already told you this one on March, it doesn't have to do with work, but it's money. March 31st, I got a $1,400 stimulus check due to my own 2021 tax filing. On April 8th, I went in early for a job performance review. And, I'm a very good instructor. They call me the best. I'll show you the report my bosses printed out and gave me. Here's the picture. After that meeting, I had a small 30-year-old Korean woman that hadn't driven in 5 years, but she was licensed in Pennsylvania. She laughed a lot, and she'd swear when she made a mistake. She cut off a CHP officer as she entered a left turn lane, and we got scared. It was sort of my fault, because I think I was explaining a U-turn to her, because it was next to a freeway entrance, and yeah, I gave her the instruction light to turn left at the light, and she crossed over the solid white line and cut off the officer. But the officer didn't do anything. And then a wasp interrupted my second lesson. I opened my door to show the student his perfect parking, and it flew in, hit the dashboard, and then it flew out of the car. I got scared. And then that second student's mom offered me water before and after the lesson. I kindly refused and jokingly asked for lumpia, because they're Filipino. She laughed and said she'll try to remember for next time. April 9th, my student thanked me for flipping off an aggressive bad driver honking at us for no good reason. Usually I give the finger to bad drivers discreetly, out of sight of a student. I allow my students to honk the horn at them, and I'll honk the horn if the student doesn't want to. And I forget which day this happened, but I rolled down my window and raised my voice at a bicyclist who wasn't following the traffic signs and lights. He was making my student nervous. He couldn't stay in his lane, so I was like, telling him to rabbit. On April 12th, I was asked to train another new hire ASAP. My boss offered to compensate me at double the rate of my lesson hour pay rate. So $38 an hour. And I have to do a second training session with that guy. May 4th. April 14th was the first time a student told me I taught a friend of his friend. What? What is my typing? My grammar. Yeah. I just confused myself. I taught his friend. He told me I taught his friend. And that former student of mine recommended me to him. April 16th, I trained the new instructor who was assigned to me on March 23rd. Is that my boss? Start walking around. It's one of my bosses. April 18th was the first time Apple Maps sent me to the wrong address. Normally, when it glitches, it gives me an address in a different city. This time it gave me an address spelled similarly, a mile away from where I was supposed to go. I was 8 minutes late. I wrote here, typed here, proud of my student. Mentioned before, a student that doesn't talk. Oh yeah, I had that student that doesn't talk. Very reserved. He made a lot of progress since the last time I was teaching him. He even verbally answered my question. Do you want to go on the freeway? With no. So at least he's talking. April 19th, I discovered my second worst student ever, a 37-year-old woman. When I met her, I asked her if she drove before. She told me she drove 3 times before and felt comfortable going on the main roads. As I had her make a U-turn at the end of the court, she didn't know how to use the pedals or steering wheel properly. I decided to drive her to my closest practice area. We only went over right turns yielding without right-of-way. She was very anxious, unable to go faster than 10 miles per hour. She stayed at 5 miles per hour most of the time. She would ask why she was doing maneuvers wrong. One problem was mixing up left and right. Like, how do you mix that up? I think she has a learning disability, judging by the physical abnormality I noticed. Spaced eyes. And she repeatedly said aloud, constant correction, constant correction, constant correction, constant correction, after I suggested that idea to her. So I wanted to laugh. I was looking at my window just like, no. And then, yeah, I don't want her again. I just want to be done with her. Hopefully she doesn't request me. And then my last student that day made me laugh a lot because she's a road rager. April 22nd, I had a 38-year-old woman. She practiced a little with her husband in parking lots before the first lesson that day. But she's basically a beginner driver. She told me that her father, Faja, was very disempowering to her as she grew up, telling her women shouldn't drive or work. She is super determined to learn how to drive and get licensed. I think she takes her test on May 3rd. I enjoyed teaching her because she proved that and made a lot of progress quickly. I enjoyed teaching her because she proved that I made a lot of progress quickly. Yeah. And then my next student, I helped him renew his permit. He was supposed to take his drive test, but he didn't renew it the last time he was at the DMV because he encountered the same problem of being denied due to an expired permit. It's like, seriously? April 24th, I had a student for the second time to teach the third lesson. He's a wimpy, annoying white kid that sucks at driving. Poor awareness, decision-making, steering, and understanding / memory of the rules of the road. My boss. Oh, don't come near. Yep, she's coming near. Hold on. Okay. Okay, she's going away. Where was I? Yeah, as before, he asked for a restroom break in the middle of the lesson. So stupid. And then, the previous lesson, we went to McDonald's. That lesson, we went to CVS. I wanted to just ditch his ass. Such a socially weird, stupid person. April 26th, I had the same woman from the 22nd. We laughed a lot because she apologized for correcting me about the speed limit. I told her I make mistakes too. She's truly a perfectionist, and we made a lot of progress. She was afraid of the freeway, but I encouraged her enough to overcome her fear. So we went on, and she did a great job. She then noticed normal street driving is easier now. April 27th, I had my latest scheduled lesson yet, 3:45 p.m. Started a little earlier, at like 3:40 p.m. But yeah, that's the latest I've had a lesson scheduled and started. And then, yeah, yesterday, April 29th, I had my most confident and skilled student yet. She practiced many hours before her first lesson yesterday. I only had to teach her a few mandatory maneuvers, and I got to do all optional content. 3-point turn, roundabouts, parallel parking. And she actually asked me for parallel parking. I think I'm forgetting something. When did I have that Greek woman from Gilroy? Tuesday. What was Tuesday? It was the 27th. Oh, yes. I gave her her 6th lesson, and it was my 3rd time with her. She thanked me for helping her so much. She made a lot of progress. And then when I dropped her off, she said she'll give me olive oil imported from Greece if she can. It's now time to head to my first student. Pretty sure I was scheduled for siblings back-to-back before, but I don't think that ever went through. So today will be the first time I have siblings back-to-back.
Maybe they're twins.
One shift later.
Holy shit! Crap drivers! It's like everyone today can't turn, can't maintain proper speed. It's annoying. Siblings, first 2 students, garbage drivers. Especially the second student. She can't. We only did residential driving. It's disappointing. Okay, that was double check that mileage. And then turn in my paperwork. Yeah. Okay. Seriously, if you're on the second lesson, how do you not know how to steer? Every single student today, second lesson. It's like, what the fuck? I'm so stressed. I feel like eating something disgustingly unhealthy. What should I DoorDash to home? Okay, do I want Jollibee? I mean, I want to try the burger steak meal. McDonald's, tried and true for unhealthiness. Five Guys. I like Five Guys hot dogs and burgers and fries. They're pretty good, but expensive as hell. I also like their milkshakes. So, what do I want to go with? Speaking of food, on Monday I got a delivery from Blue Apron because I forgot to cancel or skip the delivery last week. You can see the meals I had on my Instagram. Delicious food. I learned some new things. But I hadn't had Blue Apron since June of 2018. Long time. I just kept skipping to deliveries. I don't know why I haven't canceled my subscription or account. Closed my account. I don't know. Okay, what do I want? Nick the Greek? Backyard Grill? Sounds fucking good. I'm gonna go for... Fuck, I'm going for Five Guys. I'm getting a hot dog, milkshake, and fries. Okay. We'll do the bacon dog. Can have it as a bowl or a lettuce wrap. Mustard. No ketchup on hot dogs. Put grilled onions. And then do just one of that. And then we'll do a large Cajun fries or regular fries? Regular fries. $7.38 for fries, seriously. Large. And then the milkshake. I've tried out the bacon and banana. 2 different flavors, they're not together. I'll go for peanut butter this time. $6.03. So what's my total? Bacon dog is $7.38, large fry $7.38, milkshake $6.03. $30.82. Because of the $2 regulatory response fee, $2.99 delivery fee, $5 or cents fees and estimated tax.
And I'll be tipping, what, $3? 47 to 57 minute wait. Yeah, $3. Okay, submit. I'm hungry. Go. God damn, that's great. Bye-bye, summer body. Never had. Of course, the greasy bag. I'm gonna play. The grease. The grease. A lot of fries. Just a marketing ploy where they put fries in the bag. It's all measured out. Oh. Yes, I can feel my arteries squeeze. Mukbang. Smells good. Grilled onions, mustard, bacon, sausage. Thought we could have one. eBay. Got an offer.
One winner later.
I hope the dentist doesn't find anything from Five Guys in my mouth. I have a dental appointment tomorrow. I'm tired now, so the vlog will end here. I will see you by May 10th. Alright, masterminds. Alright. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, be smart for your heart. Good night.